From LEX 18, your official UK sports station for Big Blue Nation, this is BBN Tonight.
Welcome into this at-home edition of BBN Tonight. I'm Mary Jo Perino.
And I'm Keith Farmer, and this is a special preview edition for the UK women's basketball team and their season.
Yeah, we're going to break down the roster. We're going to talk about this fantastic team. We've got help in doing that with Coach Matthew Mitchell, Ryan Howard, the superstar, and we're going to get some insight from Christi Thomas, host of the UK Sports Radio Network. And let's bring her in now and get into this basketball preview special. That's tonight's Big Blue Story presented by Baptist Health. Hey, Christi.
Hey, guys. How's it going? Glad to be talking basketball.
Yes, and women's basketball at that. This is an exciting year for this team.
No question about it. And I'll tell you what, this is going to be an interesting year for basketball in general, but we're all looking toward November 25th as the start date for women's basketball, the start date for basketball in the NCAA. Still no schedule out just yet, but it remains to be seen, and we're all crossing our fingers that that start date actually happens.
All right, so let's start by talking about all Miss Everything, Ryan Howard. I mean, she should definitely be in the mix for Player of the Year, and I think she should be, but we'll see how she performs out there on the court. Just talk about what she brings to the table with the 23 points she had last season, named SEC Player of the Year as well.
Yeah, she's really something else, and she is really how this team is going to go. All things are going to work through Ryan Howard. She can do it all, and she's got some extra motivation, guys, because she actually was snubbed from the WBCA All-America team, and that's she's not handled that too well, but I think that she's going to use that as motivation. But she can absolutely do it all. She's an excellent defender. She can shoot. She can drive. She's got another gear, and when she kicks it in, she can score in transition. So a lot of really great things to look for with Ryan Howard, and she's a player that's been able to handle a lot of double teams. So no matter what a team can throw at her, she's been able to handle it. If you haven't seen her play, you have got to get out and see it. She's something else.
She's amazing, but she's not the only one, Christi. Another familiar face, of course, is KEKE McKinney, the Cat senior forward. She was the best shot blocker on the team last year. She only averaged about 6.5 points a game, but this year she's one of just 3 seniors. So her leadership is going to be a big deal.
Yeah, they're really going to count on her for that an awful lot. But last year, KEKE was a little bit banged up. Now she's fully healthy. And you're going to see her stretch defenses because of her ability to step out of the post and shoot the ball. She's really going to cause some problems for defenses in that way. And she's such a big personality. She's a true vocal leader for this team, which is really what they need and want. She's kind of the glue that holds everybody together. Poised to have a big year for her.
So far, KEKE in practice is seeing just a lot of positive things from her teammates. Take a listen here.
Everybody's doing so well, but the 2 people that are standing out so far for me is Dre and Naya. You know, Dre is coming back from an injury, and she had to make a lot of change over the past year, and she's doing very well. She looks great. She's running great, and she's doing great. And Naya, she never runs out of gas. Like, Naya is really impressing me as a freshman. And
she's talking about DRE'UNA Edwards and NAYA LEVERETTER. Nice to hear such good things about those two, especially as NAYA as a freshman and Dre coming off that torn ACL last season, Christi.
They're both going to have an immediate impact for this team. DRE'UNA is a player that's incredibly physical on both ends of the floor, but especially on the defensive end. She can really be physical, and that was going to cause a lot of problems for some teams. She runs the floor really well, and people of my age will tell you that the mid-range jumper is a lost art, and this kid's got it. She can step out at that elbow in that range, knock down that 15, 17-footer, so she's really a player that Matthew Mitchell and his coaching staff are very, very high on. You also heard her mention NAYA LEVERETTER at 6'3". She's got a motor that doesn't stop. She runs the floor well. 2 things to look for from this kid. She can finish around the rim. There's nothing worse than seeing a big get a shot at the rim and not be able to finish. This kid can do that. And the other thing is that she's an elite rebounder. So she really wants to and will and is willing to attack the glass. So I think fans are really going to like what they see out of her play.
So that's the upperclassmen, Christi. But, man, this new class is outstanding, led, of course, by Treasure Hunt.
Yeah, Treasure Hunt. Well, first of all, she got the best name in all of basketball, men or women. But listen, she's the perfect complement to Ryan Howard, who sees double teams night in and night out. She is an elite scorer. She can absolutely shoot the ball. So she's going to take a lot of pressure off Ryan, which is much needed, of course. But she's got great size at her position. She's very athletic and she's physical. I think she's going to have some transition to the speed of the game, especially at the SEC level. But I think what you'll see out of her is that she just continues to get better and better each and every time we see her play. You're going to start to see that point total just creep its way up, that point average for her. But a big career ahead for her at UK.
You know, and you talked about Leveretter being 6'3", but how about Olivia Owens, another 5-star recruit? She's listed at 6'4" and brings a real post presence to the team. Owens transferred to UK from Maryland, granted immediate eligibility this year. Christi, what does that do for this team, having those two players inside?
Oh, it's huge. I mean, I think it's something that Matthew Mitchell's team has been looking for a long time. So I'm so glad that you bring her up because she's another one that's going to have an immediate impact. As you mentioned, with her size at 6'4", they don't always run the floor very well, but she does. So I think what you're going to see with UK's bigs is an awful lot of rim running, and that really is going to show fans a really fun style of play, really getting out in transition, scoring buckets in transition. But she gives you that big body on defense, an excellent shot blocker, really that true post presence that Kentucky's been lacking.
And let's not forget the reigning SEC Six-Man of the Year. That's Chastity Patterson.
Listen, this kid is the definition of speed. She is really something. She can take control of the offense. I think you're going to see her settle into that role more this year. She was a transfer last year and just got a semester under her belt as a Wildcat, and that was it. But she's also an elite scorer. She has an excellent three-point shot, but she can penetrate so well. So she can make some things happen. I mean, she can absolutely pour it in. We saw that last year where she put up some points, but excited to see how disruptive she can be on the defensive end, on opposing ball handlers. And listen, the sky's the limit for a kid like this, and she's going to be an awful lot of fun to watch.
Christi Thomas, thank you so much for helping us get a little insight to this team.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Christi. All right, Keith, we've got to switch over to the guys now. Some announcements today. UK announced that fans will have 2 chances to get a sneak peek at this year's team. The annual Pro Day is set to air next Thursday at 7 p.m. on the SEC Network. And this year's virtual Big Blue Madness will also air on the SEC Network. That is November 20th at 9 p.m. Both events will be in Memorial Coliseum. No fans will be able to attend. We are also going to get you up to speed with a 1-hour BBN Game Day special Sunday, November 22nd. So be on the lookout for that.
Coming up next on BBN Tonight, our UK women's basketball preview continues with a one-on-one interview with head coach Matthew Mitchell.
Yeah, to talk to him today, he's going to talk about brain surgery, something that I never thought I'd have to ask him about. That's coming up next. So they didn't go in there and rework that part where he's super tough in practice.
They definitely didn't rework that part.
Well, I'll tell you, Ryan has a great future in basketball, as you may well know, but she also has a bit of a future in comedy too, because she likes to tell jokes every now and then.